My name's Adam, I run Enigma Collectibles. Over the past 4 years, I have sold just over 150,000 cards across Whatnot, eBay, TikTok, and Amazon. In today's video, I am going to show you how to set up your first Whatnot stream, how to add Buy It Now giveaways and auctions to those streams, and at the end, I'm going to give you 3 helpful tips to make sure that you have a successful first Whatnot stream. So starting off, when you're on your Whatnot home screen, it's going to look something like this if you're on desktop, and it will look fairly similar if you're on mobile. So first up, you just want to come over to here and click shows, and this is going to take you to this page where it's going to show all the upcoming shows that you currently have set up. Obviously, you're brand new, so you're not going to have any, so we're going to show you how to do that. In the top right, you just click schedule a show, and then it's going to take you to this page, and this looks basically exactly the same on mobile as well. So name your show, we're just going to call this first show. We're going to schedule that for, let's do it for tomorrow, and then we're going to schedule it for let's do 6:30 in the evening. Over here you have a section where it allows you to basically create multiple shows at the same time. This is something I highly recommend because when new people are coming onto your stream, you want to make sure that they can see that you are someone that's going to be about multiple times, whether it's once a week, once a day, and what times. It's also something you can ask them to go and bookmark, which will just help you when you're starting your next streams. So I personally just do daily. We want to do every one day. After number of shows, we're going to add, let's just say add 5 shows. So this is going to set up 1 show every day for the next 5 days. On this section here, you can just select trading card games, and then we're obviously doing Pokemon here. So what this is going to do, this basically pre-fills a bunch of things that you're going to need just to basically make it easier and quicker. So we're going to be doing singles here. Tags, these do help a little bit. It's not like the most important. I normally just click these vintage, sudden death, graded cards. There's also ones that say like, you got Pokemon, so maybe we'll put Pokemon there instead of graded cards. And there's like £1 starts and stuff like that. I think this is just for the organic sort of ranking and search within Whatnot. So then you've got moderators, you're not going to need to do anything with that for your first stream. So when you come down to this section, it is going to give you the option to add a thumbnail to your stream. This is quite important when you're starting out because people are not going to know your logo, they're not going to know your face or anything like that. So it's just an easy way when people are scrolling through the feed that they can basically see what you are selling. And then in the next section, you have your shipping settings. So these are just general shipping settings for your stream. You're going to set up the specifics when you're creating the listings, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So for this free pickup, I always have this turned on. I accidentally had it turned on once, and it was quite annoying because customers have to basically message you and you have to arrange to meet them. It's really just not worth your time. You're better off just shipping it because the customer pays for it anyway. Then you just put your language in English and public. Then that is quite literally all you have to do. You just click schedule show and then you are done. So now we have our first stream set up. Let's show you how to add everything you're going to need for the first stream. So on this page, you just click open show and it's going to open it like this. This is what it looks like on desktop. It looks basically the same on mobile as well. So let's add some giveaways for starters. So on giveaway, you're going to click add. If you're on mobile, there's going to be a little add button in the bottom right corner where my mouse is. Because obviously this is the only screen that you're going to see. So let's click add and we're going to create temporary listing. I basically always use temporary listings for giveaways because you're always doing them differently. So it's just easier. Right, let's go to Pokemon cards. Click done. So we are going to call this free booster pack, because that's what we're going to be giving away. Description, you can just leave that empty. There's no need for that. And then I normally run about 10 to 15 giveaways during a full stream, but I always just add 30, just in case it's a stream that's going really well and you want to run it a little bit longer. And then on here, you have a couple of options. So you've got buyer's appreciation. So this is for anybody who has bought since you set up this giveaway. So if you're setting it up now, anyone who buys throughout the entire stream will be eligible for it. If you set up this buyer's appreciation giveaway halfway through your stream, it will only be people who have bought from that point, and that is quite important. I have made the mistake where I forgot to have a buyer's giveaway set up. I then set it up halfway through, and then people were quite annoyed that obviously they couldn't enter. So we're doing followers giveaway here. Always just turn off international shipping. It's a bit of a pain otherwise, and it will be very expensive for you because if a customer wins, it means that you will pay for their shipping if they have not already bought something. So we also need to add the shipping profile. So it's quite easy. When you select Pokemon, it gives you a bunch of pre-filled. So we're selling just a single card top loaded. We're going to click that. And then this is basically just going to adjust the price that the customer pays for each of these. And it's also important you get it right because If you don't get it right and the customer orders too many cards and it's not going to fit in, for example, a large letter, you then have to adjust the label and pay the extra. So let's click confirm. That's then going to add 30 of them. You see them on the side here, all loading up. That adds 30 followers giveaways that you can then just basically run throughout the stream. I personally like to run them every 5 minutes, just keep it going, because it really helps bring in new audiences. Now for auction, it is very similar here. We're going to create a temporary listing again. It's already got Pokemon cards selected, so I always just call this card on screen. Description, you don't really need anything with this. Sometimes I just copy and paste this here, just to have that there, just in case. Starting price, I personally like to do £2 because I think £1 is a little bit cheap. And then quantity, this is really important. I just put 999. You don't need to, oh, it's only let me add 99. 999, there you go. So I would add 999 just so you don't run out. When you run out, it's a real pain because you have to reset it up during a stream and it just really breaks the flow up. Make sure you don't tick this, list individual products, because if you do that, after every single auction, it's going to make you repin the next auction, and it just breaks everything up. The whole idea of your first stream, or every stream, is to try and have as good of a flow as you possibly can. So condition, we always just put mint. You can maybe go near mint as well, just to sort of protect yourself in case you have a difficult customer. And then shipping profile, this is going to be the same, single card top loaded here. And then we just leave this unticked because we're only selling Pokemon cards. And then that is everything that you need for your auction. So we'll add that there. And then you can see here, it just comes up as one thing. You basically can come onto this, you can pin the item, and then when you're on stream, it will say start auction here. So if you want to add any buy now products to your stream, you don't do it that same way. What you do is you come back over to this page over here and you click inventory. So this is going to show you everything that you have listed with stock. And then you just simply select what you want. You click add to show down here. Let's find it. So first show, we're going to add these there. Click add to show. And then these for running your first stream is to make sure that you engage every single person that joins your stream. During your stream, up here, just above the name of the product that you currently have pinned, it's going to say X person has joined the stream. Always make sure you say hello, you welcome them, you ask them a question, how's your day going, what sort of stuff are you looking for. Always try and engage, because the more people you have talking in your chat, the better it is for absolutely everyone, including yourself, because it is hard, especially when you're starting, to sit there and sort of have conversations with yourself. It is a skill that you will develop as you stream more and more. You sort of learn to just sit there and just talk, to be honest, absolute nonsense, but it keeps everybody engaged, keeps people listening. When someone comes and joins in, they don't want to just see someone sitting there in silence, so it really does help and make a big difference. Tip number 2 is going to be running your followers giveaways as much as you possibly can. Now this is going to be a little bit of a cost to you in the short run, and it may even end up with you losing a little bit of money on your first few streams, but honestly it is so important. I can't tell you how many streamers I speak to, and they say they're not growing, they say they're really struggling to keep that viewership and gain followers. And then I ask them a simple question, well, are you running followers giveaways? And they say, oh no, I don't really want to because, it's going to cost me money and like a lot of these people are not going to buy. But I have ran probably 15 giveaways every single stream I have ever done. I never don't run followers giveaways. We're now at over 10,000 followers. We've got 30,000 items sold on Whatnot. And when you're starting out, it does hurt, but I can't tell you how many people sit there and wait to win a followers giveaway before they buy something. So yes, it's going to cost you that £2.70 in shipping, plus, whatever booster pack or small card you're giving away. But over the long run, you will make money from a lot of the customers. You will have those people that, the givey goblins, as people call them, that sit there and just basically wait for a giveaway and then leave, and then they'll come back when you're running the next giveaway. But honestly, that is just part of Whatnot, and it's just how it is. It's really going to help your viewership as well. I was running a stream last Saturday. We normally average about 50 to 60 viewers. That's like roughly where we sit. We were running followers giveaways on Saturday. We were up to like 150, 160 viewers. I had 70% new buyers that stream. We never have that sort of percentage of new buyers. And that was all from the followers giveaways. And then basically what ends up happening is, because we're running more giveaways, we've got more viewers, and because we've got more viewers, we sit near the top on the homepage of Whatnot, which then means we get more viewers, and it just really snowballs from there and just makes your stream so much more visible. And while a lot of those people didn't buy, they now know me, they've seen other people buying from me, so it just helps build that trust, which is the most important thing on Whatnot, because Whatnot does unfortunately have that reputation of not being the most trustworthy place. People are often hesitant on buying from someone they've never seen before, so that's why it's really important to just be consistent, run followers giveaways, and engage as much as you can. So tip number 3 is probably one of the hardest things when you're starting. Don't get discouraged. I know it's really tough when you're sitting there with just a couple of people filtering in and out. You're not really selling anything. You may be spending a bit of money on giveaways, but that is just how you have to start. The more you stick at it, the more you go live every day, the more you engage with people, the more you try and get more interesting stock and give people good deals, they will come back over and over. So I hope you all found this video helpful. If you do have any questions, you can leave a comment down in the comments below, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram, TikTok, or whatnot, and I will be happy to get back to you. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be dropping new videos basically every single day, helping you sell on Whatnot, TikTok, eBay, and Amazon.